All right, everybody, welcome back, Fallen Angels. We're here to do another reaction to another video. It's got a little bit of government conspiracies, TikTok and stuff, and it's got a couple twerking videos. My fiance was nice enough to let me put them in there. She put them in there for me. She's my manager, so she sets these videos up for me, and she knows I got a lot of male viewers, subscribers, and they're for you, so you can thank her for that. And enough of my chit chat, enough of my talking. Right back to the videos. Let's go.
Quantum entangled particles actually do share the same coordinates. It's just not spatial coordinates. So if it's not spatial coordinates, then what coordinates do they share? Time coordinates. Time coordinates in a geometric time coordinate system that I'm building right now. So it's like they exist in the same point in the geometric structure of time, even though it appears that they are spatially separated.
Oh, see, here's one. had to dub out the music though because kept getting copyrights for stuff like this. Anytime there's music, but there you guys go. There's one.
That's insane.
Have you seen these new radar images?
I have, and I'm like,
I just talked to Graham Hancock about it this morning.
And it's legit?
Oh, he thinks it's very legit. There's an issue. And my friend Jimmy Corsetti, who runs a great YouTube show, it's called Bright Insight. It's a really good show on ancient history. He's skeptical because there's a water table that's underneath the Great Pyramid that's been there for more than 1 million years. But if this construction is built through the water table, then it's even more impressive. Let's imagine that these pillars that are supposed to be thousands of feet deep into the ground with coils around them. Like, what is that? Like, these radar images are super consistent. They have multiple images now. The science is pretty sound of whatever they're seeing. But if it is legit and it's going, look, just to have those columns that go down to, if it's going down thousands of feet into the ground, and the whole thing, I think the entire structure is 2 kilometers deep.
That's insane.
Insane. So if you have the technology to do that, you might have the technology to do that through water, which is even more crazy. So then you have a higher level of technological proficiency. What I do know is they're the most massive mystery in terms of human construction or construction by somebody. Something that you can't explain. 2,300,000 stones, some of them weighing upwards of 80 tons that were brought 500 miles away through the mountains with incredible precision. And just the mathematics involved, the planning, the fact that if you're off a millimeter on each of these stones, by the time you get up to the top, you're fucked. It's not going to be a pyramid. Like, you have to have incredible precision. It's true north, south, east, and west, each corner. The whole thing's crazy.
It's mind-numbing, which then brings in the whole alien thing. But
not just alien thing, it really brings in ancient human history. Because I'm of the belief, I'm in the school of thought of Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock and Jimmy Corsetti and a lot of these people that believe that there was a reset of human civilization. And that somewhere around 11,800 years ago, we were probably hit with a massive comet storm. There's a lot of evidence of that. It's called the Younger Dryas impact theory.
Wow.
So y'all want to talk about my butt? Let's get into it. Look at that shit. Go. Oh, whoa, whoa, oh. Let me see that little shit moving. Whoa, nah, nah, nah. Wanna come put it hey, got that choker, super soaker. Oh, go, whoa.
I'll see if I can keep that song in there. I don't know. Cool.
Hay que ponerle un código.
We need payphones back. Oh, there you go. She stole my thing though. I wanted to have my sneaker boxes on the wall with a sneaker on top. My sneaker game. My
It's the elites versus us, right? And a lot of people don't know that the elites. I can't even say they any skin color game. Them motherfuckers aliens.
Listen,
they aliens.
6 or 7.
I don't think they got a skin color. They can't because they've been the same people here the whole time. They never change.
They don't get on social
media.
Come on,
stop playing. Walt Disney just froze himself. Said, "Wake him up in the future." Walt Disney right now, and you know it worked because they froze the baby 30 years ago. They just woke that baby up now. And that baby is a regular fucking, you think I'm playing? Nigga, they woke a baby up from 30 years ago right fucking now. So this shit worked. You think I'm playing? He think I'm playing.
Man,
Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up, gang. They woke a baby up. They froze a baby 30 years ago, and they woke him up now. Right?
Super baby.
That's super baby. The baby is 30 years old, but it's born at the same time. Stop playing with me. And like, listen, if you're watching this, a lot of people don't even know this, right? Y'all think that life and death is y'all think that death is permanent, but death is not permanent. Death is not even death, right? They understand two things, right? See, back in the land of Kemet, I always talk about the land of Kemet because that's my favorite place, right? Back in the land of Kemet, they used to, in the pyramid, switch bodies, right? But they learned how to make you switch bodies without you knowing it.
Oh, they say he was born in 1994 and he was froze for over 31 years.
There you go.
And he just came out in July 2025.
You think I'm playing?
In Ohio.
In Ohio, right? And that's crazy. How can they do that? And he's still a baby now. But you know what I said? This is what I said. I said he's going to have Benjamin Button disease. As he get older, he's going to be turning older. Like when he's 30, he's going to be 60, right? And I think it's going to catch up with him. That's what I think. But if it don't, then everything got to be a trick.
Because he didn't use his body. How the fuck
they got to be a trick, right? So how can you freeze something and then make it come alive 30 years later and it's the same age, right? Time can't be real. Age can't be real. Death can't be real. They stay putting in front of our face that nothing is fucking real, right? It can't be. But you made a question, where are we, right? A lot of people think we in a universe, but every time you shoot a rocket ship up, it go that way. So they never go to a universe. They never go out of space. I believe
that's why I say the world flat.
Right. I believe this is what I believe. I believe it's atom, space, atom, space, atom, space, right? So they make it kind of like make you believe it's a space, but it's a space between every atom, right? And I think that we end up with a frequency. Like I believe that the earth looks like a wave. It's just a wave, and it comes physical when we come in contact with it or when we view it. So when a person view it as round, it's round. When you view it as flat, it's flat. So you're right, your earth could be flat. It depends on how you view it.
Very smart. There's another one. No music. So I know this will not copyright me. There you go again. I'm telling you, got my fiance thing. Wasn't that easy to get these put on for you guys. Yeah, there it goes again. Half and half. I give you a couple twerks, and I give you a couple government conspiracies. I hope you guys subscribe, and I hope you hit like now. Let her know, hit like.
Serial killers that were never caught. USA. Zodiac Killer. England. Jack the Ripper.
There you go. No music, so it won't be copyrighted.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
You're welcome again. Telling you, better hit that like button, or it ain't gonna keep coming back. Hit like this video, subscribe. Don't be part of the 91% that's
After
not.
being stranded in Antarctica for over 2 months, the 20-year-old pilot Ethan Guo is finally free. He was seen smiling as he got off a Navy ship which arrived in Chile from Antarctica on Saturday. And despite him and his lawyers doing everything they could to get him permission to fly out, ultimately DGAC officials made the decision that another pilot would be the one to fly his plane either to Chile or Argentina, since they say that Ethan's health wasn't great. Now technically, Ethan has just become the first person ever to fly to all 7 continents solo. But he says the mission is not complete until he finishes what he set out to do: raise $1 million for cancer research. And he says once he finally gets his plane back, he will finish what he started. He also said that his lawyers are currently studying a lawsuit against Chile, that he filmed the entire process, and is even planning to release a video with all of the footage he got while arrested in Antarctica.
Hola chicos, estoy grabando este video porque mi papá y mi mamá se fueron a comprar una cosa en el almacén y mi hermano Seban está en la pieza, pero yo sentí relojado por acá. No sé qué está pasando, pero trato de grabar. ¡Ah! Miren eso. ¡Ah! ¡Ah!
Wonder what part 2 is to that. What happened to that girl and her family? Told you. You're welcome. Should be thanking my fiance too. So hit that thing, like button. Gilgamesh. I know all about that. Whoa. Whoa. Shit. West Texas Ghost Hunters.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with 22 kilograms of baggage included.
Oh, what?
But now, with Jet2 holidays. Package holidays you can trust. Abtrinational protected.
My cat disappeared. My cat disappeared.
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah, there's a few more blemishes on the car.
Oh my gosh, just look at it.
The car is not perfect.
Just look at it. Just look at
It's more than not perfect.
Cause they don't make them like that no more. Some things you can't find in a discount store. It's just
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think NASA is starting to soft launch the idea of the firmament to the public. You know, the firmament that the one true living God, Jesus Christ, made on the 2nd day of creation. Yeah, that one.
Earth is like our bedroom, cozy and safe, but it's inside a much bigger house that helps make our planet habitable. That house is our heliosphere, a giant protective bubble created by the sun.
So we live in a heliosphere, almost like the biblical firmament, and it's created by the sun. I've been talking about this. Polaris is the true sun. It is God's throne room. If you're new here, I have a ton of videos on this. It's biblical, and it's an antique piece of knowledge that we have lost.
It stretches beyond the planets and forms a boundary that protects our solar system from deep space. So, what does this house look like? Well, we don't actually know. The heliosphere is so huge that we can't just step outside and take a photo of the whole thing.
Oh, is that why every image has to be created with CGI? Is that something like the Van Allen belt that we can't get through to go back to the moon?
NASA has found ways to map out its boundaries. First, 2 spacecraft have actually passed through its walls and sent back measurements from outside. Voyager 1 passed through in 2012, and Voyager 2 made its own crossing 6 years later. But they only found the boundary in 2 specific places, and it took more than 35 years of space travel to get there. Luckily, there are other ways to study the heliosphere from inside. NASA's IMAP will use a technique kind of like listening for echoes that bounce off of our heliosphere's exterior walls. Instead of sound waves, these echoes are particles that ricochet off of the heliosphere's edges.
If I had to guess, this is probably the result of that.
By listening carefully, scientists can map the structure of our house from the inside, giving us a blueprint of our solar system's outer shell. Next time, how our heliosphere protects us from the dangers of deep space, and what happens when it fails.
I don't know about you guys, but I think they're going to have to get really open about this very, very soon, because there's some kind of biblical event, don't know what it could be, that's going to prove that the firmament is a real thing and that space is fake.
If you had to choose, would you rather know what was going on in Antarctica, the Vatican, or Area 51? Because the rabbit holes of secrets just feel never ending. When I was thinking about the Vatican earlier, I was like, think about the fact that the Bible itself had 80 books in the 1600s. Now we're down to 66, and they removed things like giants, dragons, sirens, Enoch, the Book of Mary Magdalene. All of these different things are hidden from us, and we just don't even know why. Nevertheless, I saw this guy talking about the fact that there were 200 angels that fell from the sky, and around the earth we have 190 craters that have no rock or rubble that were ever found. And then this other person was like, yeah, 10 of them fell into the ocean. Then this lady blew my mind because she was like, what if that's what took the dinosaurs? And why would there be a book about dragons if dragons never existed? And I've gone down so many rabbit holes in the last couple of days that my mind is completely depleted and exhausted, but I'm also super intrigued and I just want to know more. But I feel like I'm just going in circles because every time I uncover a layer, I end up looking into something else that has nothing to do with what I was looking for, and then I'm just stuck because because I'm like, I didn't know this either. So what do y'all think about this? Like, if you had to choose, what would you go to first? Okay, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what other crazy rabbit hole has recently come out that you've been going down under. Share this so that we can keep this discussion going. Like, follow, stay for some more tea. I appreciate y'all support. Bye.
This is Ted Bundy's cellar, the most haunted place in Salt Lake City. It's rumored that Ted Bundy brought some of his victims back here to kill them. When we visited, we experienced some crazy paranormal activity.
One single individual who is the most dominant mind on planet Earth at the moment, a person whose name we are a little bit afraid to invoke and cause wrath.
Who's that person?
Edward Whitten.
In physics circles, you're not allowed to bring this guy up?
No, we talk about him. Everybody talks about him. But to challenge him, I've said he's the Michael Jordan of theoretical physics. If only Michael Jordan could play better basketball.
Really?
I'm dumb enough not to be intellectually afraid of anyone else on planet Earth at this point. I am terrified of this person. I know tenured professors who hid in their offices when he visited MIT.
Shit. You're welcome. Keep you guys interested and into my reaction videos.
Before his death in 1216, his treasure carriage was lost crossing dangerous marshlands when he became ill. The crown jewels, gold coins, and royal artifacts were being transported when they simply vanished. King John's treasure is considered one of the largest royal treasures in history. Was it swallowed by the swamps, or does it still lie buried somewhere in the English countryside? The mystery endures after 800 years.
Bro, something's going down in North Carolina. There is a ton of activity being reported from North Carolina right now, specifically Greensburg. They are stating that a mothership has landed in Greensboro, North Carolina. There was a girl's video. I'll show hers. I also seen another video of people trying to flee the area because something hit some lady's car. Supposedly a piece of bro, it's chaotic. It's chaotic. I'll show you her video. I'll show you the other one. I'll come back at the end, and then I have a list. Literally a list of cities in North Carolina where people are saying they're seeing UFOs. I'll come back at the end.
Okay, y'all, so I live in North Carolina, right? And I have some people that took different pictures in different locations in North Carolina, and something landed to Earth. We don't know what it is, but something landed to Earth.
Yo, you hit my car, y'all. I mean, bro, we trying to get the fuck out of here. Y'all sitting there like I'm doing. Well, you ain't trying to do shit. Back the fuck out. Y'all got more room. Y'all can pull right the fuck there. Fuck, y'all hit my car. There's gonna be a problem. I'm just shooting y'all. There's a whole place that y'all can pull right there. Y'all got more room than me. I'm not backing all the way the fuck out.
Now listen, I don't know how true that second video was. It said that something hit some lady's car or something hit some lady's house, and that was the clip of them. Emergency services. The people were trying to get the fuck out of that neighborhood. So it was led to some kind of like traffic jam, and the two individuals were fighting. And in my opinion, yes, that other guy had room to move, but that's neither here nor there. So they're also reporting that there is a ton of helicopter footage, helicopter activity also happening in North Carolina in the same town of Greensboro where this mothership landed.
Them from North Carolina where the UFO fell.
Now, Some people are saying, oh, that's normal if there's an active military base. But listen, here's what I tell you about corroboration and how you know if shit's true. If you see more than one person talking about it, they say that they live in that area and that this is excessive for that military base, right? So on a normal day-to-day, you have 2-3 helicopters flying overhead doing their training, right? But today, randomly, there's 10, 11, 12, and it's been all day and it's been back and forth. That's how you know that shit is excessive and it's out of the norm, okay? People are always gonna say, yeah, well, that's just part of the everyday. There's always gonna be people like that. Trust me. But yeah, that's how you know. Also, people have been seeing this mothership in Franklin County, Greensboro, like we stated. That's where it supposedly landed. New Bern, Burlington, headed to Greensboro, Spartanburg, Statesville, Rock Hill. People also are claiming that they've seen it in Houston, Texas, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This has all been within the past 3 days. Bro, listen. We knew it was going to start getting crazy. All right? And these are just normal people, everyday people, not conspiracy theorists, not alien people, just good down south, chilling people. That's how you know. But yeah, if you live in South Carolina, North Carolina area, you've seen some shit, let me know. Let's keep up on this one.
They'll be in and out of the video. Better watch the whole video.
Did you know if you take mushrooms, you can permanently lose your entire identity? In 2018, a 23-year-old college student named Marcus decided to try psilocybin mushrooms alone in his dorm room. He was searching for spiritual enlightenment, but had no idea what was coming. Within 20 minutes, his sense of self began dissolving completely. His thoughts, memories, even the feeling of having a body started slipping away into nothingness. Panic set in as the world became a swirling black void with no anchor point. There was no him left to hold on to, just endless silence and crushing darkness. This is called ego death, the complete loss of identity and control. For 3 terrifying hours, time and space collapsed around him. His mind balanced on the edge of total oblivion, feeling like a ghost trapped between existence and nothing. When it finally ended, his sense of self slowly came back together, but the memory of that raw terror stayed with him forever. Ego death isn't madness, it's complete surrender, and it only feels like the end until it isn't.
Wish I had those. Oh. There you go. Hope you appreciate it, fellas.
I went to see the movie last night, and let me start by saying this. Every bit of that movie was heavy. Now, it wasn't as scary as you would think it would be, but for a person who's not protected, you might have a little bit of trouble. Mind you, in the movie theater that I was in, somebody passed out. And that could have just been from them being extremely scared, because there was a lot of scared people there. But jump down the rabbit hole. See how many things happened after people went to go see this movie. You had a person that went to go see this movie, and after they came out the movie, their car was on fire. You also had another person that went to go see this movie and felt like spirits were following them. I say that to say this. Just because they put it in the movies don't mean you have to go see it. Mind you, I went to see this movie last night around 11 o'clock. 4DX. Got out the movie theater around 2 o'clock in the morning. When I came home, something wasn't right. Think about this. They had a priest blessing people before they went to see this movie. Why do you think they did that? Because just like I said, this movie is heavy. The dark presence in this movie is heavy.
Someone has proved that Chick-fil-A was never spelled C-H-I-C. This seems like a legit piece of merchandise from 2002 of a Chick-fil-A cow. And it's spelled C-H-I-C-K. This might actually be the proof we need. To all of the Mandela effect naysayers, I think timelines do shift, and sometimes we're being gaslighted into believing that they don't. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. Stay weird.
Remember, the maps are flipped upside down to discredit the work of your ancestors. As we see here, Septon is at the bottom. If you know maps, Septon is the north, It's always at the top. Now let's look at the map the right way. See if you can get your memory back. Now if you can't see and understand this truth, you just love the lie. Because man, truth ain't hidden. It's always in plain sight. But when you love the lie, you can't see the truth.
See, they'll be spaced out through the whole video. No music because I'm not getting copyrighted.
Let me get your handshake.
Shut your bitch ass
Oh, are you being disrespectful? Should we kick it? Who's controlling this thing? Maybe I should kick it down. Let's see how far you can go when I kick you. Give me a hand. Who's controlling this thing? You can come here, bitch ass. He gave me a finger!
Oh shit, give the finger. Oh shit. There you go, you're welcome. I hope I get a lot of likes for this video. You're welcome, fellas.
The fuck? Where the fuck am I? Whoa, what the fuck have I done, guys? How the fuck do I get back out? Shit. I need to get fucking back out right now. Why is it not working? Come on. What the fuck, guys? Am I asleep? What the fuck's going on? That fucking did it, I think. What the fuck has just happened? Oh, fucking hell. I don't know if I'm awake or asleep. That can't be fucking real. What the fuck? Do not try this at home, guys. 2 mirrors. Well, 3 mirrors. The Ouija board. Fucking hell. I'm not trying that again. That was fucking scary. What the fuck? Do not try this at home, guys. I don't know how I got the foot back out of there.
We have a massive update on the body that was found decomposing in David's car. And after what we just found out, this is not going to end well for David. So for context, yesterday, a decomposed body was found in the front trunk of a Tesla, which was sitting in a tow lot for about 6 to 7 days. And the car belonged to this guy, and his name is David, where somebody noticed that the car was emitting a stinky, fishy coochie smell. But this is where it gets even more worser. David is a musician that is on tour right now, where he sings the song In the Back of My Mind. Now people are saying that David was set up, as David has been on tour for the past few weeks, and although right now it is looking that David is innocent as he is cooperating with police, as well as he has not canceled any of his future tour dates, but this is where it gets even more insaner. And they found the body in the Tesla. The body was found wrapped in a bag, and that the body is chopped and decomposed so bad that as of now they literally cannot identify who it is. And even more worser for David, Teslas quite literally have cameras throughout the entire car, including the front trunk. David's response so far has been to not cancel his shows. This is all alleged. Do you think David really did it?
Cameras will tell.
An American soldier attaches another grenade to a sticky grenade, then adds several more around it, turning it into a deadly improvised superweapon. He pulls the safety pin and locks eyes on an enemy tank before hurling the bundle straight at its armor. The result is a massive explosion, enough to wipe a tank off the battlefield.
Smart move.
We have a really bad update on the guy who spent the past 2 years making this cat town, and now he has finally addressed the allegation. So for context, this guy is making a miniature version of a regular town, and the details that this guy has put into making this cat town is actually insane. That quite literally has buildings more taller than a person, including a cat McDonald's that even has a fully functioning inside of the McDonald's with an ice cream machine that actually works. He also built a movie theater for the cat, a billiards room, and there is even a mouse that is a town villain that has been trained to eat McDonald's. But this is where it gets even more insaner. The man who made this, his name is Jing, decided to go another step more further to make this town even more betterer by not only deciding to make this massive subway system, which is about 6 or 7 feet long, but he also added the most realistic apartment tour I have ever seen, where he even has a secret door that not only leads down to the headquarters of where his mouse lives, but this is where it gets more worser. A lot of people have been calling out Jing, alleging that he is a liar and that cat town is not real, but it is AI. However, now Jing has directly responded to this by directly telling us that this is not AI. Do you think that Cat Town is real or is it AI?
Wow, if it's AI, that's crazy.
Oh, we have made the summit. Oh, this is incredible. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. Oh, we have made the summit. Oh, this is incredible.
This is the manticore, otherwise known as the Persian man-eater. We're told that this is a mythological beast with a lion's body, a scorpion's tail that's capable of shooting poisonous barbs from long distances, a human face, 3 rows of teeth, most often women's hair, and some of them have wings, and their heads would shapeshift from a human head to a lion's head. These were only recorded for about 3 years in Persian mythology, from about 5 BC to 3 BC. They're even in some old encyclopedias, and they called them man-eaters because they were known to stalk their prey until they caught it. If this thing had its eye on you, you were not going to get away from it. And they were thought to eat the person whole. A lot of you already know where I'm about to take this. Revelation 9. In appearance, the locusts were like horses prepared for battle. On their heads were what looked like crowns of gold. Their faces were like human faces, their hair like women's hair, and their teeth like lions' teeth. They had breastplates like breastplates of iron, and the noise of their wings was like the noise of many chariots with horses rushing into battle. They have tails and stings like scorpions, and their power to hurt people for 5 months in their tails. I think it's time to take a deeper look at everything they've ever told us was mythology, because
there was a woman that was caught selling tamales made of human meat. Bro, you're not gonna want to eat street food anymore. She would take homeless people, lost kids. She had a stand and she was selling tamales. It was a huge hit. Everyone came to her stand. They loved her recipe. But then she started running out of meat because she ran out of money. You know, she wasn't well off. One day she saw this little girl that was lost. She decided to that lost little girl to her home, bro. And use. And then, you know what happened? What? Business started booming.
How? Mans are not getting sick from the tamales?
People started saying the recipe tasted so good, tasted a little bit sweet, and it was very unique. Crazy. What she ended up doing, she went on a spree and kidnapping over 50 people. Using their putting it in the food, bro. She was running this business for a long time.
How did she get caught? Because there has to be a point where a man got sick and threw up and it was like...
She did get caught.
Okay,
so this is how she got caught. There was a gas leak in her building and then they went to go inspect it. It wasn't a gas leak. It was the smell of rotting corpses.
Crazy.
Did you see what just happened in Japan?
No, what happened?
They finally made technology and devices that you can replay your dreams.
They have that now?
Yes.
Oh my
God. And it's
God.
like a modified MRI type of thing.
Yeah.
And then like there's another machine where all these wires connected to your head, and those wires, with the use of AI, they try to study your brain patterns, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they put 3 people to sleep, right? And they put the machine on them. The AI machine also measures like the brain patterns, and it creates a video and images on the screen.
Shit. On a screen?
Yeah, so when they woke up and they described it, identical. The person saying like, this is what happened in the dream, the AI picture video, same shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So right now, they said it's 60% accurate.
Why?
In the early stages. So imagine they perfect that AI shit. Oh no, it might be raps.
Wow. Interesting.
Ancient Egyptians probably 100% looked like this, and not like this or this.
Hello, my friend. Why would an ancient Egyptian man look like me? I'm native to the lands around the Indus River, not the Nile, boy. It's unlikely that ancient Egypt was a land full of pale blonde people. A new DNA study from 2025 looked at an old kingdom Egyptian man, alive when the pyramids were built. His genes showed that about 80% of his ancestry came from ancient North Africa, and about 20% came from Mesopotamia. Tests on his DNA also predicted that he had brown eyes, dark hair, and relatively dark skin, compared to a European at least. Modern Egyptians are not just Arabs who came later. They still carry much of this old North African and Near Eastern ancestry, though later mixing with the Levant and some Sub-Saharan groups also happened. Sub-Saharan isn't the right term anymore, is it? I forgot what the right term again. No, seriously, what is it? I've got to Google this. Anyways, this showed continuity, not replacement. Does that make sense? It's also wrong to say that if Egyptians were not European looking, they must have been Sub-Saharan African. Now, this is a false dichotomy fallacy. The mistake of pretending there are only 2 choices, in reality, different from both Europe and Sub-Saharan Africa. So the best evidence today shows that ancient Egyptians looked like the people of North Africa, or at least a lot closer to the people of North Africa than they did to modern day Europeans. So they're unique. They're not Europeans, they're not other groups, they're North Africans. Isn't that interesting?
This is the tomb of Queen Elizabeth I in Westminster Abbey in London. When Elizabeth died in 1603, it was a momentous moment. Her death brought to the end not only a 45-year reign, but as Elizabeth died childless, the Tudor dynasty itself. As such, it was Elizabeth's successor, James I of England and James VI of Scotland of the new Stuart dynasty, who was responsible for this marble monument to her in the north aisle of Henry VII's chapel in Westminster Abbey. It's quite incredible to think that Elizabeth's actual remains are just meters from where I'm standing now. Her actual hands, which signed the death warrant of Mary Queen of Scots. Her head, which wore the crown, which was once covered in fiery red Tudor hair. And what I find so thrilling about being in Westminster Abbey, standing on this spot, is to know that at this moment in time, I am the closest person in the world to Queen Elizabeth I, or perhaps I should say the closest living person, for when in 1606 Elizabeth's coffin was transferred to a vault beneath this new monument, it was placed on top of the coffin of her half-sister, Mary I. And so the daughters of Henry VIII are buried together for eternity. Here we have the first 2 queens regnant of England. And on the base of the monument is an inscription, which is a nod to that. It translates to partners in throne and grave. Here we sleep, Elizabeth and Mary, sisters in the hope of the resurrection.
Let's do Biblical Flat Earth 101. The very first page of the Bible, God spent the entire second day creating the firmament to separate the waters from the waters. Go and find any video of the moon on a P1000, not a telescope, and you can clearly see it's underwater. Look in the craters, they're like blinking with water. This is what stars look like. Just looks like energy in water. The mainstream science for this is that fish are picked up in water spouts and hang out somewhere in the sky until it rains. But that ignores that the same places get raining fish like clockwork, almost as if there's a window of heaven above. In the 600th year of Noah's life, the same day where all the fountains of the great deep broken up and the windows of heaven were opened. You can find several videos like this over the years of just like things from the sky just leaking out. And a lot of Christians will try to say, oh, the firmament means the atmosphere. Not so fast. Because Job 37 says, hast thou with him spread out the sky, which is strong and as a molten looking glass.
Tonight, the FAA is now investigating mysterious 6-foot chunk of ice falling from the sky, slamming into a home in Palm Coast, Florida, north of Daytona Beach. The ice smashing through the metal roof of the home. Pieces of ice also found in the street. No one inside the home at the time was hurt. Authorities believe it likely fell from a plane.
Or they might try to feed you Isaiah 40:22. It is he who sits above the circle of the earth. Two things. They conveniently forget the very next words, who stretches out the heavens like a curtain and spreads them like a tent to dwell in. This is the firmament. Let's jump to Isaiah 22, where he says, he will seize firm hold on you and whirl you around and around and throw you like a ball. Two different distinct Hebrew words. When he uses circle, it means flat. He uses ball here because he meant ball. This is also an official satellite photo from November of 1968. This definitely looks like a flat-ish circle to me. Lots of places in the Bible say that the earth does not move. It's stable. God set it on foundations. He hath compassed the waters with bounds. Two words, ice wall. In Joshua 10, the sun and moon stood still. Are things starting to make more sense now? The way the sun and moon work on flat earth makes so much more sense than the nonsense that they try to feed us. And you might be wondering, what about the planets? Aren't they spheres? You're telling me that we're the only flat ones? Nope, they are not spheres either. Wild waves of the sea, casting up the foam of their own shame, wandering stars for whom the gloom of utter darkness has been reserved forever. Here's a look at what planets actually look like in real life, not CGI, and notice how all of the planets are named after pantheon gods, aka fallen angels. They're literally just dulled down stars. They look the exact same except they have almost no sparkle to them. Werner von Braun is the guy who founded NASA. His tombstone when he died said Psalms 19:1. Psalms 19:1 says the heavens declare the glory of God and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Revelation 7:1, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth. This is a Mercator map from the 1500s. I personally believe that we actually live here. This is Black Rock, by the way, and that's the North Pole. Seems like Microsoft believes the exact same thing, because look at their logo. If you turn it sideways, firmament, 4 corners, 4 rivers. And have any of you guys seen those videos of guys saying that they like walked to the US from India or places that shouldn't be walkable? The reason they hide this from you is because if you knew where you truly lived, you might find out that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, and that he died on the cross for our sins, and that he is the only way to eternal life, and that he wants you to return to him. Jesus is Lord, and you live in a biblical realm.
We were talking a lot about the government today.
Yeah,
And
but
the
people are
secrets.
saying it's good political, but this is conspiracy stuff, man. This is real life.
This is a real thing I'm about to talk about.
Okay.
And it's very talking about government hiding things.
Okay.
This
Let's
one's
go.
creepy.
Let's go in.
Creepy. So buckle up. Kids, close your eyes. Turn off the volume. Just kidding. Maybe. I don't know. So there's this thing in the government that was called Operation Often. OFTEN.
Okay.
And it was basically within MK Ultra, them doing all their experiments, there's another subdivision called Operation Often.
Okay.
It was hidden, obviously, from the majority of government until the mid 1970s. What was it? 1975 to 77, the Church and Rockefeller Commission hearings, which Rockefeller, that's whatever.
Good guy.
But which unveiled the MK Ultra, mostly highlighted the LSD hypnosis, sensory deprivation. And so they found out about MK Ultra, and they're like, shut it down. You're done with this.
Yeah.
And so what the FBI director did at that time, basically destroyed all evidence of MK Ultra. So the stuff that we do know about MK Ultra is very small compared to what there could have been.
Tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. But in December of 2024, so very recently, leading into 2025, through the Freedom of Information Act, they just released 1,200 documents of MK Ultra. And a lot of it has to do, not a lot of it, it gave more light to this thing called Operation Often.
Yeah. Okay.
And what it was, Operation Often was a joint.
Here's a conjuring mirror.
Oh.
It's not the same mirror, of course, that was in the movie.
But it's
the same kind of situation where a conjuring mirror is used for what? A conjuring mirror is used to do what? To conjure. To conjure evil, or the thing is, some people try to conjure good spirits with it. In other words, we got that mirror from a guy in New Jersey who hung it on a wall.
Oh.
He blacked out the room with blackout curtains, so there's no light coming in. So you couldn't see your face. Then he would take the mirror like that, then he would put a chair here, and then he would put a small table with like a red bulb behind it, like a bulb like that, maybe even less than that red bulb here, so he could just about see the mirror. And then he would sit there and try to conjure his relatives. He would sit here and say, "Ma," or "Grandma, I want to see you. Can't you come to me? Can't you come to me, Graham? I want to see you. Please come." And for 2 weeks he did that for like 2-3 hours a day. This guy's nuts, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing happened for like 2 weeks. But after that, like on the second or third week, he started to see these monstrosity figures come, these faces, like almost like a kaleidoscope of faces appearing on the camera.
Yeah.
I mean on the mirror, and scared the hell out of him. So it scared him so bad that he had to get mental health treatment, because he was so traumatized by what he did. See, now if you do that long enough, something's going to come. Like if you say, "I want to see a ghost," odds are you're not going to see a ghost. But if you say that 1,000,000 times, you say it every day, a couple hundred times in a dark room, "I want to see a ghost. I wish a ghost would appear," something's going to happen, because you're conjuring. Mm-hmm. You're conjuring spirits when you do that.
Wow.
Bill climbing higher than it normally does because it's not just inflation and it is not just your imagination. The real reason is insane, and it has everything to do with AI. So right now, news outlets are reporting that AI data centers are eating so much power that your bill is going up. A single ChatGPT search can use 10 times more power than a Google search, and the crazy part is they are not charging all the tech giants for it, they're charging you. So instead, they're spreading the cost of upgrading all of the power grids across all of us. This means that if you're somebody that's never even once used AI, you're still going to be paying for it. In Illinois, people already saw bills jump by 5 to 10%, and some nearly doubled overnight. Nationwide, data centers have been linked to 70% of a $9 billion spike in electricity costs. States like Ohio are literally forcing data centers to prepay their electricity costs because the grid cannot handle the demand. Experts are now starting to warn that by 2030, data centers could eat up 9% of all US electricity, which is literally enough to power millions of homes. So yeah, AI might be changing the world, but it's also changing your normal bills. Do you think that the tech companies should be the ones responsible for paying all of this, or do we really have to pay it?
I think that's crazy. They need to figure that out. But that's the wrap of this video of me reacting. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you like the present my fiance put a couple of the twerking in between the government conspiracies and all the weird TikTok videos that I have. And if you like it, hit the like, because the more likes I get, the more people get it in the algorithm, and my views go up. Because I can see anytime I have a lot, like hundreds or thousands of views, there's a lot of likes. The ones that I have less views, there's only like 2 likes. You know what I mean? So hit the like button. If you're part of the 91% or whatever percent it was, I didn't do the thing in a long time. But subscribe just so you know when my video's coming out. And it's a hell of a lot easier than looking me up and searching for me. Because when I used to just look me up and search for me, I couldn't find me. You know what I mean? Because there's a ton of different things about fallen angels, you know. So I'm not one of the people that come up. It's going to be like forever until a video of mine comes up. So I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. This is your channel. Comment down below. Tell me how you want anything changed or any videos you want me to react to. I will react to it. It's your channel. I'm just the talking head. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will be back. I'll be back.